Okay, folks. Man, you know, we were sub 20,000 for so long. I thought we were going to be basically in the sinkhole without any way to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. Peter Churchouse, chairman of Portwood Capital, my good friend, is with us in this final segment of the show.
Good morning, Bernie. Yeah,
20K.
Good to see you. Absolutely.
Gee, there was a time ago when 20K was like a history. It's like we surpassed the milestone. We were never going to look back, and now we're happy if we get it again. We going to do it today?
I think we probably should, actually. If you look at the internal dynamics of Hong Kong, quite frankly, as a market, it looks pretty good. You've got a country which is under-leveraged. The banks are in great shape. The consumer is under-leveraged. Leverage in the consumer everywhere else in the world has gone up. In Hong Kong, it stayed flat for a decade.
What if China pulls the plug, though? What if they really pull something out of the hat and go 54 basis points and go, that's it, folks.
Well,
party's over. The free money's over.
Well, they've been doing that quietly for the last month or two anyway by trying to slow down. I think they've made a mistake. They injected far too much liquidity into the economy last year, and I think they're trying to slow that down a little bit. And that's going to have a bit of a rub-off effect in Hong Kong, but let's face it, systemically, Hong Kong's in great shape. We don't have the problems that we have in Europe with governments way out of their league in terms of debt. The consumer is under-leveraged. The Hong Kong corporates are the most under-leveraged sector in the world, just about. So really, systemically, I think Hong Kong looks pretty good.
Say hi to Karen.
Yeah, hi, Peter. In some cases, I guess you've got to be hoping there's a bit of a decoupling going on, because it doesn't look like a great week for Wall Street. Lots of volatility. You've got PPI, CPI coming out, quadruple witching period this week, a number of contracts expiring. Do you think Asian stocks are getting a little bit too excited this Monday morning?
Well, I think we can see a little bit of decoupling in this part of the world. I think it's also fair to say that the consensus view around the world is that Asia should perform better than many of the Western markets. But let's face it, year to date, the Morgan Stanley Cap International Index for Asia has been down just about as much as for the globe, for the global index. So Asia hasn't outperformed. But I think if we do start to see a bit of weakness in the European markets, I think the fact that systemically Asia is in pretty good shape, I think we'll start to create a little bit of differentiation in the markets.
Peter, finally, give me a short, last, quick, focused answer on this. For those looking to leverage 20K and hopefully beyond, where do you have to be and where do you want to avoid with a 10-foot barge pole?
I think you want to be in financials in Hong Kong, in the conglomerates, and I would also be looking at the investment property companies who are going to leverage very strongly off, I think, the regulatory regime changes in Europe and the US, which is going to drive financial sector companies into this part of the world.
Okay.
That's where you want to be.
Okay, and where do you not want to be? What do you think is really passé, done, you know, been there, done that, sailed into the sunset kind of a theme here?
I think materials, industrials are probably on the downside, and also energy stocks, I think, are probably going to continue to be weak. And we all know that the property developers, that story is well in the market, and I think that's probably going to be a neutral performer rather than an outperformer.
Yeah, I spent 21 years giving money to Li Shaoqi and Li Ka-shing. Enough is enough, I say. Thank you, Peter, okay, for being on the inaugural The Call. Karen, enough is enough. More power to the little people, right?
Indeed, Bernie. Hey, gosh, an hour goes quickly, doesn't it? Because that is all for today's edition of The Call. I'm Karen Cho. See you tomorrow.
Okay, Karen, we'll see you in 24. I'm Bernie Lowe. Cash flow up next from Australia with the opening numbers in Hong Kong. Keep it here on CNBC First in Business Worldwide.